Hey guys, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Christy Vlogs. In today's video, we're going to do a little get ready with me. The reason why I'm experimenting a little with my makeup, going a little heavier, is because I'm going to not wear this out. Normally, I wear very little makeup. This may not be a lot of makeup for other people, but for me, it is. I hope you enjoy. Happy Friday. 1, 2, 3, action. All right, let's get started. I'm going to get started with my toner. I'm using the same toner as always. Links will be in the description. It's going to be a little bit of a Korean inspired makeup look. I'm going to do my Nubusin serum, the skin softening number 3. This one is basically out, but I want to use every single drop. Something irritated the skin around my eyes last week. Actually, it was this weekend, and I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but it made my skin peel around my eyes. Whoa. So I did my serum. Now I'm gonna do some moisturizing milk. On my last video, I said I was gonna talk about my dating experience and all of that, but there's not much to it. Let's put it sweet and short. I had mommy and daddy issues, and so I seeked validation and self-worth in other people and the men that I dated. So I ended up with a lot of broken people that I was trying to fix all the time. I've always been a fixer-upper kind of girl. That sounds really messed up. Now I'm using my, I can't say it, premium, another face cream. I noticed also in my last video I had like a hair on my face, a boogie, and the whole time I was watching it, I was just trying to flick it off the whole time I was editing, but it's okay. I also noticed I said a couple words wrong, and literally, I kid you not, I'm the kind of person that mixes up, like, even, are they called sayings, or like things that people have always said? I always mix them up. Like rainbow and butterflies, I said butterflies and rainbows, right? I think I'm saying it wrong. I say everything backwards, but it's okay. I leave those things in because obviously I'm not perfect, and I like to see that in other people's videos where they show their imperfections. Look at this big ear. All right, I haven't showed you guys this one recently, but this is the 5 Daily Multivitamin Cream, also by Nubusin. I'm gonna use this. If it burns my eyes, then I know this is what caused it last time. And this is a thicker cream. I just noticed that the other two aren't thick, so they don't cover like the creases in the eyes. As we know, I mentioned it in one of my videos, I really enjoy watching Korean dramas and rom-coms, mostly rom-coms, and I absolutely love, I mean, obviously I'm not Korean, but I love the makeup looks, and so I was like, let's just try to recreate a little something. Or it's because it's very soft, very like cute focused, not sultry and sexy. It's very kid-like, natural vibes. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put a little bit of this I have not mentioned. This is a no pore Blum priming water, Rosa Damascena by Touch and Soul. This is gonna be my primer. This is going to turn into a little ASMR makeup look. Now that is done, I'm not going to fill in my eyebrows because they're already pretty bold. I am just going to gel them in place. I should probably get closer for this. So I'll try to brush them down instead of up, and then on the tail I'll push it out a little bit to make them more straight, if that makes sense. Do you see what I mean? Like a straighter brow, no arch. Now this side, brush them down and out, and very straight. Can't really tell if that's straight enough. I'm gonna leave it as is. They would probably use foundation, so I should use some foundation. This is the MAC Studio Water Weight foundation. I'm just gonna use a little bit because I'm not much of a foundation girl. Yeah, I said a little bit. Look at that. They would use one of those flat sponges, but because we don't have any, we are going to use our brush. Yeah, so like I was saying, dating was very rocky for me. I honestly wish that I had, I'm bringing it down to my lips, you'll see why later. I wish I had someone to guide me and tell me that the godly way to date, and I should stay pure until marriage and all that good stuff. But I didn't have that. I wasn't exposed to that. That wasn't my environment. And so I did what I did, and I'm not proud of it, but oh well. I only use this one when I want it to look very white. I need a brush for these. These are Lux brushes. Medium angled shading brush, but I'm going to use it for my concealer. Honestly, I don't really know what to talk about. I have a couple things that I would want to talk about. Something about just watching, not hearing anything is so... anything but like the brush strokes is so satisfying to me. But hey, I will talk about a book that I constantly recommend to people having issues with maybe their children or their marriage or their relationship, as if I'm a professional, right? Like, who wants to take a girl's advice who clearly hasn't had any success in relationships? Hey, but doesn't mean that you should stop yourself and think that you're never going to be successful in relationships, because you're actually trying to learn. There's something about giving up on people and your relationship, and then there's messing up, then redeeming yourself by learning how to make it better. So the book that I highly recommend as just one person to another is The 5 Love Languages. That book made it clear to me why I felt like my mom didn't love me. That's an example. Or just other people in general, why they felt unappreciated or they didn't feel love. Like they knew that their mother loved them, but they just didn't receive that. And so if you have issues with feeling unloved or anything in that way, or you get people telling you like or people in your relationships that tell you that they just don't feel that you love them, you have to read that book. You don't like reading? Listen to Audible. That's what I did. I'm adding some NARS concealer just for the look of it, because I don't like the finish of the other one. What is it? So I have dark under eyes, and just trying to make everything look the same complexion. I don't know if I'm achieving that though. Alright, we're gonna set the face. If I can find powder. Apparently not. That's not bring it. I'm gonna highlight underneath with this Laura Seller highlight in the color Ballerina, and I use my finger. I'm just gonna highlight a little bit here, highlight the nose, the tip of the nose, and down the ridge. I guess we're gonna set with the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Foundation Powder, and I'm gonna use a sponge, pat it in. Do you hear that? And we're just gonna set the foundation and the under eye. Okay, so the 5 love languages. We have words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, giving gifts, and physical touch. So words of affirmation is basically verbal compliments that express your love and appreciation. Acts of service is any act that eases the burden of responsibility. Quality time is focused and undivided attention spent together. That means get off your phone and actually be present in the moment. Giving gift is tangible symbols that reflect your thoughtfulness and effort. Physical touch, a non-sexual touch that reinforces your presence. So a hug, long hugs, gentle caresses, kissing, massages, hand holding. For words of affirmation is like brag to others about your spouse, write love letters. Acts of service, ways to express it is wash the dishes, pamper your spouse, offer to let me do that for you. Quality time, turn off electronic, go for a walk, plan date night, start a hobby together. Quality time, I already read that. Giving gifts, make birthdays and anniversaries special, surprise them. So for each one of these, I'm actually reading this off of a mental health global network post I found on Pinterest. So this made me think of a picture that I took of my mom when I was taking photography in college. It was super early in the morning. I'm going to use the Fit Me powder, the loose powder. So I woke her up super early in the morning before my class started, because I had not finished my project, and it was literally due that same day. She was gonna be my model for the project, and I took a picture of her on a scooter, and she was literally, I had her going from left to right riding a scooter, literally in the morning. She's in her PJ. But it just comes to show like her love language. It wasn't like obviously the only time she ever did something like that for me or for anyone that she loved. But honestly, when I was growing up, I didn't understand love languages. I couldn't see how someone that didn't speak my love language actually loved. And now I see it. She was more of an act of service, love shower, and gift. She always bought us little things that reminded her of us. And that's so cute, if you ask me. Now that my mom has passed, I hold that near and dear, but I know that I can't say that she she didn't love me just because she didn't show me in the way that I receive love. For me, it's words of affirmation, and I also picked up on like the gift giving, mostly words of affirmation. I'm gonna put a little bit of blush right here. Probably wondering, girl, what is you doing? Well, that is the placement they use, and I think it makes it look very cute, very doll-like. We're also gonna do around the nose, mostly the bottom, to lift up the nose even more, as if I need that, right? And they do some right above the lips, and I think it makes it look cute. If your partner tells you that you never take them out on dates, then perhaps their love language is most likely quality time. All right, so I'm gonna use this pinkish color here, peachish kind of color, over my lid. Yes, I know the blush looks a little crazy right here. We're gonna figure that out afterward. There's a cat. Hold on. Sorry, there was a kitten outside and I had to see why it was crying outside the door. So I was using like this pencil brush, if you can see that. But I think I'm going to use like more of a blending brush, something like this. This is the Morphe E17. It's a little bigger. Continue to use the same peach color all over the bottom half of the lid. I feel like I should really zoom in on this part, huh? If you keep hearing that beeping, that's my job. My 9 to 5. I'm on my lunch. I do work from home. It's definitely a privilege. I'm very blessed and happy to have the job and the opportunity. Okay, oh, I see what's happening on this side. It's not going on as much because I'm using a less dense brush. So I'm going to switch back to the one I started with. There we go. And bringing it out and down. All right, I gotta hurry. So I might add other peachy color over here. Gonna add some of that darker peachy color towards the end over here. Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna do a bow liner with this darker brown, and I'm only starting it midway from here. Oh, and since it's Korean inspired, I want to make it go down just like that. Now we're gonna do the other side. I've never been good with symmetry, getting things perfectly symmetrical. I've been tripping out because I always sleep on my side, and honestly most of my life I even slept facing down like this, right? But it got to the point where like sleeping like this facing down, I started getting like waking up in the middle of the night with really bad like cramp on my shoulder. And so I stopped sleeping on my face. I've been hearing, like I heard a comment of someone say, I prefer this side of my face. I like how my face looks on this side versus this side. And I'm like, bro, I have that same thing where like I feel like one side of my face looks better than the other side. And so I started doing some research, but I haven't gotten to the bottom of it, why that is. And again, today I saw someone say, this side of my face is a little droopier than the other side because I slept on my side. So I'm like, bro, I need to start sleeping up, face up, because that's causing all this asymmetrical stuff going on with my face. There's nothing wrong with that, having an asymmetrical face. I feel like nobody's perfect, but it's just if you are causing it by your sleeping habit, why not correct it? I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. This brush literally has nothing on it, but I think it'll work to clean it up. Yep. Okay, that's it. On the bottom of the eye, I'm going to do something new. Let's see. I'm just going to use the same brush I used for the liner. It's like an angled brush. It's meant for your eyebrows, but who cares, right? I'm going to use the little pencil brush. I'm going to use the dark or the lighter peachy color that I had used in the beginning. And I'm going to use it around the eyes here to give it the more peachy look all around. And now I'm going to use the angled brush. And I'm going to use one of these darker browns, maybe this one, first. Shake off the excess. And I'm going to start down here. So I connect it. I'm connecting it to the eye, but I'm bringing it out, creating another line. Like that. Same thing goes for this side. I'm starting at the center and bringing it out. And now I'm going to use the darker shade, the darkest one that I used for eyeliner. And I'm going to use it here, like that. Also, on the other side. I'm gonna clean it up with a little bit of this brush. With this brush. Brush it off. Well, that's started. Moving on, I'm gonna use this little brush here to use one of these light brown colors and literally just brush under here to create like a line there. So I got rid of my dark circles, but I added them back. Now I'm gonna get a shimmery, very shimmery. This is by Tarte. Top Yacht Chrome Paint Shadow Pot. I'm gonna grab some with this same pencil brush. Shake a little bit off, and we're gonna use it in this inner corner a little bit. Here and here. Now we're gonna contour my nose, so let's just add a little contour here. Make it look longer. I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'm gonna use my telescopic lift. Okay. I ordered some brown lashes, some brown mascara, some brown eyeliner. I want to try to do a brown eye makeup look. Let's try to get the Korean lashes done. I'm going to use some tweezers. Be very careful if you try this. Do not recommend you try this, but you can use your hand, and we're just going to gather them together. Actually, I think the hand would be better, to be honest. I think this is removing more product than it is. But how do you pinch it with your hand? Nope. Some people do individual lashes to get this look. But I'm not feeling the lashes today, so we are not going to do that. Applying mascara on the other eye. Oh, I apparently applied a lot on that. Did not intend on putting that much over there. If you want them to stick, it needs to be coated in mascara. Now, time to pinch. This mascara does a good job of getting them together. I'm gonna add a little bit of my Almay eyeliner. And then I will do some mascara on the bottom lashes. Ooh, remember I told you guys at the beginning of the video that my eye was peeling? The skin under my eye? Well, it's still there. We're going to do the same thing to the bottom lashes and try to get them together. Alright guys, this is the final look. What do we think? Do we like or not? If you do, give it a thumbs up. I don't think it's bad. I just think with some fake eyelashes, a cuter face,